Tab that you bust through the fight, that the light, that the light. Every night you don't fight, they decide with the sights that you chose and the escapade. That's the arcade, pixelated party lesson, they unafraid. Karaoke.
It's time for my monthly shout out to Tabletop Taproom and my friend Tom, and I guess Eric and Don. I give these guys a shout out all the time, at least once a month. It is an amazing surprise to me that they haven't reached 1,000 subs yet on Tabletop Taproom, if not more. There is a reason why I do not cover the stories that these guys cover, because I want people to go to their channel and listen to Don and Tom and Eric talk about what's going on with the TSR megaverse of weirdness. So I never touched that story. And there's like not a week goes by that Tom doesn't post something new regarding what's going on with the D&D museum, the TSR stuff, the Lanasa stuff. That there's a whole chunk of tabletop role-playing game news that I don't cover because these guys cover it. And I'm always like, I'm not going to cover it. That's Tom and Eric and Don's thing. Go watch them cover it. So we have a brand new entry in the epic soap opera that is the TSR Dungeon Hobby Shop mega soap opera. A brand new Twitter account has appeared. It's called Ghosts of TSR, and this brand new Twitter account seems to be dedicated to just saying awful things about Tom and Eric and Don and their families and people who, you know, have even the most whimsical of teeny string of thread attached to TSR in some way. They've gone after Tim Cass, they've gone after Eric, they've gone after Gary, they've gone after Luke, but of course, and they've gone after the epic woke. Stop blaming things on the epic woke. Stuff like that. They've gone after the OSR. The OSR ruined my life. No, it didn't. And they have this thing where they like post, silence. A day passes, post, silence. A day passes, and it's just this continuing tirade of negative comments, very vile comments. And most of these comments have been proven to be lies. Now, I'm not going to go over these. I could easily. I'll provide the link down below to the Ghosts of TSR website, Twitter feed, whatever you want to call it. And of course, I will post the link to the vlog of many things and Don and Eric down below. If you haven't checked out Tabletop Taproom with my friend Tom, and if you haven't checked out the vlog of many things with Eric and Don and Tom all getting together at least weekly, if not more, to discuss this huge story. I mean, is it a huge? It's a huge story. I don't know if it's a huge story. Like it's very personal and is very deeply ingrained in the ever continuing controversy circus, especially regarding the history of the game and the history of these locations and the history of these individuals and the constant never-ending parade of ridiculousness that is coming from this group of individuals who are regularly and have been regularly attacking and threatening Don and Tom and Eric for a while now. I listened to them talk about this new Twitter account for about half an hour, and I was pretty convinced. I thought I knew who it was because it sounded very familiar to another individual. But then they read some of the more tweets, and I was like, maybe it's not who I think it was. I'm not going to say who it was I think it was, but you just have to watch the video, and then you can be like, oh, yeah, it does sound like. But it's somebody who's obviously very informed of the story that is going on in this cesspool of weirdness. So if you wonder why I never cover the Lanasa stuff, the Hobby Shop Museum stuff, the Gygax Foundation stuff, all that other stuff, it's because they do. Tom and Eric and Don, and how it's directly affected Tom, how it's directly affected Don and Wizard Tower Games, how it's directly affected Eric, and all the lawsuits and all the legal, beagle, wibbly wobbly stuff. That's because they do. So links down below. Once again, give a shout out to Tom at Tabletop Taproom and help this guy hit 1,000 subs. I mean, we know I'll probably never hit 2,000, but how come you guys never have me on, Tom? Anyways, yeah, shout out to them. Congratulations for getting to where you are, and please support these guys because they deserve it. And that's it. Just thought I'd give my monthly shout out to Tabletop Taproom. Why don't they have 1,000 subs yet?
Television, buzz, streaming, flying,